Right.
something would happen over that weekend. July 30th is his last official day, if nothing happens over that weekend. He said if something happened Saturday, he would show up. This August 1st, I guess, is the end of the pay period. So I don't see anything happening. So July 30th would be his last one. So need to make a motion we're gonna hire a temporary lab company to come in and do his job until we can figure out what we're gonna do, his job, whatever,
Okay.
So it's on a temporary basis, until we figure out, we have to have somebody down there for the DEP,
Is that a company in wage or
He's
anything?
gonna tell you.
What I'd suggest is, I'm aware of 3 companies that offer these kind of services, and I think it'd probably be in the borough's best interest to solicit proposals from all 3. I'll try to get competitive prices.
So, Sue, you're gonna have to listen to the company. He forgot his paperwork, so I don't know the name of the company.
One of them is CME Engineering. I think they have an office in Greensburg. CWM Environmental. CME Engineering, CWM Environmental, and Veolia Water. Those are the 3 I'd suggest.
What water?
Veolia, Veolia. I'm aware of them for some work we do for some other clients we have. I'd suggest.
Can you handle that?
If council wants us to, we
Yes.
can draft a request for proposals and
Yes.
send it out and have them get you a response by next week.
But I think we need to have a special meeting to open the bids and vote appropriately. Sam?
I would agree, and then I
Okay.
certainly would agree with having Ryan do the RFP. It's usually worth it, especially when it comes to specialized
Right.
professional services like
Right.
that.
So I don't know. So how long you think for the bids? So today's the 12th. I would like them to start on the 26th to get ahead of Dale leaving, so that they can have some week of an experience,
So if we send out,
We open the bids on the 21st or 20th maybe?
I was gonna say, if we send out an RFP on the 14th, and request a response by the 20th or the 21st, I think that'd be reasonable.
Right.
And
Like
then,
off Wednesday. Tuesday or Thursday?
it's up to
Well,
you.
I really like it as early, I'd like it to have the 19th, so we can get them, that gives them a week to get, somebody prepared to come down. If it's possible. 20th at the latest. If you can do
I'd say
that.
the 20th, just to give them
Okay.
an extra day to respond,
All
make
right.
sure you get the same.
All right, Sue.
And what we'll do is, we'll send the request on behalf of the borough and request they respond directly to the borough, to Ms. Souza's attention.
So we want you copied on it, right?
Yes, sir. Request a copy of us on it. We'll take a look through it, make sure that, what they're giving us, we think is okay based on what we asked for, and.
So do we need to make the motion now about the meeting on the 20th? Okay?
Yeah. So you'll make a motion to authorize them to prepare the RFP. You'll make a motion to have a special meeting to open those bids specifically.
I need a motion to have Ryan authorized to send a letter to these 3 businesses giving an estimate or a bid, whatever you want to say.
Okay. Need a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Charlie Popovich. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
And just to clarify, on
You said the next one would be
a temporary hourly basis.
Oh, yes, yeah, what they're gonna be giving us is naturally temporary. We're gonna eventually have to hire, if Mark goes and if Mark makes it, then he'll take,
Right.
but till that, they'll have to,
Yeah, I understand.
so it's only a temporary basis.
Won't be certified till November.
Right,
Yeah.
And more than likely how they want to bring it hourly.
yeah, I'm sure.
And what we'll have to do is coordinate with Dale and see how often they need to be there.
Okay.
I assume they'll have to have somebody there daily, but how long?
Right, how many hours?
How many hours?
Okay, all right.
Gonna make a motion for the meeting.
Yeah, we need a motion to have a special meeting at 6 o'clock on the 20th. Good for everybody?
What's the 20th?
Tuesday?
No, that's gonna be.
Need a second by Nugent? Seconded by Dan.
That's July 23rd.
Oh, and to add to that, we want them to start on July 26th.
Tony made the motion that we have a meeting
RFP.
Pardon?
That could just be
July
part of the
20th.
Okay.
6 PM. And Dan seconded it. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Would council like us to attend that meeting?
Yes, please.
Good.
So that should take care of that. So I got the report, Mark didn't have to come, I just got
Okay.
the report from Dan, I just got the report, I was there.
All right.
Blower motor, still not working, I talked to Dale. I can't explain it, I don't know what's going on. So I talked to him about maybe putting the old one back in. Now, Sue, according to Pam, we never paid them, is that, could you check into that?
Who
It
are
would
you
be
talking-
Cappy,
Cappy?
yeah, at the sewage plant. I'm 100% sure we didn't pay it, I did not tell Pam to pay them. So the blower motor's not paid for.
But that
So
who
it's
is the
fixed.
vendor? Is
Cappy. No, I don't know,
Cappy?
is that the vet? Oh, shit, who was that? Cap, I don't know. I know, yeah, I believe so. Ain't that who it is?
I believe.
Yeah, that sounds familiar, Kathy.
I know that's a short name, but I don't know if that's
Kathy,
the full name.
Kathy and Associates and stuff.
Okay.
Cappy and Associates.
Check on that blower motor for me, please, just make sure we did not, I think it was like $48,000, but it's still not running. Okay, the pumps aren't in yet, so Dale said the new electric hoist went in, so when the
Oh,
chopper
did it?
pumps, yeah, so when the
Big
chopper pumps do show up, they should be ready.
Great.
They should go right in. And he said, you might know, down there, he said he needs a new DO probe.
Okay.
Okay, so I told him it's like 1,100 plus, but it's a must, it's one of those
Okay.
gotta haves.
Want
And
to
a
make a
P,
motion to purchase that?
yeah, and a pH probe, it's around between 300 and 400, so you need a separate for each piece of equipment, or?
DO probe and pH probe?
I would do separate.
Okay, I don't, he's gonna get a PO tomorrow, so I don't know, I can't tell you, he just said it's around 1,100, I can't give you 100% quote.
Just give a motion not to exceed.
So between 11 and 1,500, how's that? I don't think it'd be any more than that.
Not to exceed 1,500.
So it's a DO probe that he uses for his lab, that he needs to purchase, so I'm making a motion to, I told him today to do it.
Yeah, make a motion to authorize purchase
Purchase,
of DO
yeah,
probe
DO
not to
probe.
exceed 1,500.
I need a second for that motion. Gary?
Who did the first?
I did.
Oh, sorry.
Tony.
And Gary?
Gary seconded. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
And, he has a pH probe between 3 and 4, but I'm gonna say between 3 and 5, just to, in case it doesn't go over the 400. 100, not 1,000. $300 to $500, anywhere between there.
Need a second for that? Brenda seconded. All those in favor, aye? Any opposed?
And Tony is.
I moved.
Tony made a motion.
That should take care of sewage.
Okay. Anything on recreation?
Yes, a lot. Well, I'll keep it short. We have a new softball team coming down there. They're gonna fix up that field that's between the big field and the Little League field. It's all covered with grass. I couldn't keep up, I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But they're coming in, they're gonna put new dirt, and then they're gonna take over the stand. They're gonna give us the stand. Oh, these people are nuts. I'm serious, they just wanna keep giving us money, and they're like, we're gonna line that fence with, they don't keep, they're not a profit-making softball team. So everything they get, they put back into the field, so should be a win-win for us on that. Kimberly Contracting is supposed to be doing some work now, Sam. Kimberly Contracting, I'm sure is fully insured. Would we need anything, or
Should always get.
should just get something? I should tell this kid, hey, anybody's bringing a machine down there, just fax something to her, proof of insurance.
Yeah.
Okay?
We should have us as a rider. What kind of work are they doing?
Digging and straightening up and fixing,
Yeah,
prompting.
I mean, usually they have us as like a beneficiary of their policy too. You can add us on to that, but that's totally your call.
I just figured as long as they have proof of insurance, it should be good. So I'll just tell the kids before they come down and start.
Yeah, make sure
There's a
that-
machine, there's a company coming in
Who
that
hit the water line?
takes the dirt off the field and then brings it
I'm
back.
sure he'll do a one-
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm going
Sales
to
proof
watch
of
this.
insurance, yeah, it'd be interesting to
Yeah,
see.
so, all right, so that's that. We bought 2 nets, one for each side, first and third. We're gonna rent a JLG. The ball field people that wanted this net, we're gonna pick up half, and we wanted 1 net, so we're gonna pick, it'll be on the record, it won't come out of Borough. So we're gonna split the cost to get the high parts done, and then we'll go from there. So when that's gonna happen, I'm not sure.
Need somebody to run it, let me know.
Okay.
Certainly.
The Rotary Lookout. that, I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. It's
Okay.
a fishing little thing. It's in dire need of some repairs. I apologize to the rodeo and, Rotary and Doc Oak. I met with him last month and I forgot to bring it up last month. So I called Kyle off today. He's going on vacation this week, but next week me and him's gonna go down there, and so if anybody knows anybody wants to volunteer to help, I'm not a carpenter. I'm not gonna say I am, so he's gonna come down and we're gonna, you could stand on one part and go like this, so something's broke.
No support on
So I told Kai, I said, I think if we lifted some of the boards, we could get to that, bring it back up, secure it somehow, and put the boards back down with some better screws than they use. And diamond tip, Justin, you know, so the diamond tip, true head or something like that.
Yeah.
So next week, me and Kai's gonna look at that. So if anybody sees Doc Oak, knows Doc Oak, I don't have his number or anything, tell him I apologize and I'm gonna get on it now. So next week, and then, Sue, I'm meeting Doug Tuesday night with the check. I'll have it for you Wednesday.
Oh, good, thank you.
So, and September 11th, that lady that her boy died, married to Bulka, Cindy.
Yeah.
September 11th, she's doing a benefit softball tournament down the field, so
Okay.
I lined up everything for her to have that, so she can have the fields, and I'm trying to get the stamp for her to make, I think we should be able to have the stamp for her, so let's make some food, and we'll get some proceeds go to that too, so.
Yeah.
That's it.
Under recreation, I've kind of taken on myself just to volunteer my time, just to run through that park. I mean, we have put so much money into that park, and just to, so there's no vandalism stuff. I take a ride through there, and I just want everybody to know that I'm trying to keep my eye on that park down there, because we have such a nice facility. I just don't want to see it destroyed. We've got the charcoal grills in there. We actually rented out one of the pavilions this past weekend, which was great, you know, so I'm taking it on myself, and maybe I'll ask some people to just keep an eye on that place down there. And then if there's anything going on, Mike, we'll call and, you know, get you guys down there, you know, if there's any vandalism or anything.
I already had him chasing the kids off.
Right.
Tony, I still have a box of surveillance.
I know, I'm coming.
I just wanted to
I keep forgetting it's up there. I think of you and then.
No, it's not up there, it's in my house.
I know where it's at. I paid my rent the other day and I went, oh, man, he got them. All right, that's it for me.
Any questions for Tony? All right, insurance concerns. Anything, Susan?
Bill Panasetti, the agent for the fire department, came in last week. He dropped off the insurance proposal, and the estimated annual premium is $12,859, and he said it did go down from last year.
It did go down?
It was
Oh, good.
13, a little over 13 last year.
Good.
Need a motion to pay that bill?
Motion.
Motion by Tony, seconded by Dan, or Gary. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We heard about the bridge. Any budget concerns? Finance and budget?
We need to pass a
That's
resolution.
good. 2021-3.
Yeah, Sam brought that up before.
I'm gonna read that real quick and,
Borough of West Newton, Westmoreland County, Pennsylvania, resolution number 2021-3. A resolution of the Borough Council of the Borough of West Newton, Westmoreland County, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, authorizing and directing the Secretary Treasurer of the Borough of West Newton to establish a new bank account with Commercial Bank and Trust of Pennsylvania. Whereas the Borough of West Newton is desirous of opening a new bank account at Commercial Bank and Trust for the deposit of funds received from the American Rescue Plan. Now therefore be it resolved and ordained that the Council of the Borough of West Newton hereby authorizes the Borough Secretary Treasurer to establish a checking account with Commercial Bank and Trust of Pennsylvania and to deposit the funds of the Borough received through the American Rescue Plan therein. The following individuals shall have the authority to endorse and make deposits, sign checks, withdraw funds, and otherwise operate the account on behalf of the Borough. Charles Krasnovich, Council President, Charles Popovich, Member of Council Susan Fuza, Secretary Treasurer. Resolved and enacted by the Council for the Borough of West Newton this 12th day of July 2021.
Any questions on the resolution?
Yeah, Sam, is it any earmarked of what we can use those funds for? Is that?
There are a couple subjects that you use it for, and I can't remember, we had that, I don't think you were here for that
No,
first discussion. So the big one that they're pushing is sewer and water infrastructure. The other one is broadband. There are some other ones that I know Mary's looking towards. You can give funds to different entities or individuals depending on need, what they can show they lost through COVID. And there is a mechanism to replace any funds the borough lost with those funds due to COVID, but it's
Like sanitizing the place and things like that?
yeah, but it's more geared towards like a loss of budget. Let's just say, for whatever reason, your tax dropped because your businesses weren't open and those kind of things, whatever, your income tax or whatever it is. Businesses, and you can, if you look and see that you have a decrease in your budget because of that, and you can show that, you can put those funds back in and then you can really use them for anything. But it's difficult to give you the advice to go and do that because it's kind of an unknown at this point how they're going to look at that and how closely they're gonna eyeball it. And it's always gonna be after the fact too, so you're gonna spend that money and they're gonna come back and say, all right, well, you owe us this much because that was unfair. And I hate to see you guys in that situation.
Right.
We were lucky because our costs were pretty minimal, you know, all in all for the COVID.
Well, and there was the original funds, that's what all that was to be used for, was that
For
kind of
the
stuff. This is kind of.
disinfectant.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different of a need. But yeah, they're really pushing the water infrastructure, which you can see in southwestern PA. Actually, all over the state here, we have our water infrastructure issues.
We could pay for them pumps on it, right?
I believe so, yes, since we haven't paid for them, and that's part of sewage, so I can't
That's
imagine.
$100.
Pretty much the whole kit and
Yeah.
caboodle of what we get.
Well, half.
Yeah.
And we get 200?
Well, we're getting 125 this year and 125.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we could pay one pump.
Yeah. Yeah, you
I'm
should
not
be
saying
getting-
take all the pumps, but.
You should be getting funds either now or already,
Mhm.
and then next June or July. you'll
I'll
get the
have
other
to check
half.
on it online and see if anything's been
Okay.
deposited.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
That's
I
good.
need, I need to act on this resolution. Tony?
What?
I'm gonna, yeah, motion to pass.
I'll motion.
Tony make the motion, seconded by Brenda. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. All right. Good job. Any personnel issues we can discuss now? We're still looking for another grass cut, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, anyone wants a job grass cutting?
You get that kid?
yeah, but he works very spotty because he's also a tree trimmer, so.
Oh.
Public safety?
I just want to thank council for getting Paul his radio for emergency management. They put a lot of hours and years. And also for anything you do for the police department. Public safety should be our #1 priority, you know, among other things. But I appreciate your concern for that. That's all I had. I think the mayor
Yeah.
went through most of the numbers, and we'll have a good update at the next meeting on, you know, what we need for sure.
All right. Properties, Brenda?
Yeah, I went through meeting with Hallie from the Redevelopment Authority. I didn't note though, did we approve the $500 I asked for to do the title search?
Not yet. Do you want to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion for $500 to the Redevelopment Authority to do a title search on the G.C. Murphy building.
Need a second?
Second.
Seconded by Dan. All those in favor, aye?
Right?
Any opposed? So carried.
Then there's been an issue up on North 4th Street. Danny, I'm sure you know about that. With the gentleman that lives up there about the garbage truck tearing up the corner of his yard when they turn into an alley.
Yes. but
Lou and
then
the guys went up. I guess they did some repair work.
we put a new catch basin in there. We called the gas company to unbury the shut-off valve there. We did some asphalt on the side for water drainage. It's not our it's not our sanitation, it's the people that do South Huntington. They come up, they do at the end of 4th Street, then they turn down that alley because that one property down there is under South Huntington where, Mr. Green lives.
Mhm.
So or sometimes they come up the other way, they'll get Mr. Green, they come up that way. I mean, I don't know how you
Yeah,
They're-
well,
they crushed
he's
it.
not happy with what you guys did.
well, I think it's a very good job.
I talked to Lou and I knew I
Yeah.
talked to you tonight.
I
but-
stopped and I said, I asked him about, I see you got nice new catch basin there, and we put some asphalt, but he wasn't happy, so.
Well, it's not our truck.
Yeah.
That's not our garbage truck doing.
We have to go to South Huntington.
Right.
and Be
Yeah.
happy with the job.
Who's the company, do you know?
Pretty public.
Is that there?
It's Republic.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you.
That's all you can do. If it ain't our truck,
Right.
Yeah, but
that's all you gotta tell them, and then just tell them you need to call somebody else.
Pursue it.
But I mean, the catch basin, them guys worked up there all day. I know.
I'm sure they did.
It was about 90 degrees when they were doing that job, so. I thought they did a good job. Can't please everybody.
Right.
Right. And the new ordinance officer started, he's very thorough and detail oriented, and Sam, he takes pictures of every single
Good.
thing. And Sean was very good at that as well. I mean, they'd send me 5 or 6 pictures on one property.
Yeah.
So we're catching it from, and I also informed him that if he is threatened, he is to immediately leave. If it is posted, no trespassing, or he does not feel safe entering the property, that he is to bring it back to Susan and she will mail the hard copy.
So he can always approach the door and put it on the door. Don't ever put anything in a mailbox.
We went over that.
It's a big time issue there. You don't wanna get involved in that. So he's always has access to the door to put a plaque. Whether it says no solicitation or not, he can put a placard on the door for that purpose.
Okay,
It's a
that's
government
great to
purpose,
know.
yeah.
Okay, that's great to
You
know.
can't walk around anywhere else on their property or anything, so you don't want to go around the backyard taking pictures, anywhere from a public space is fine.
Okay. And that's all I have.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you can't affix anything to the mailbox, don't touch the mailbox at all. I don't want it tucked behind the mailbox, I don't want it on the mail hooks, I don't want it in half out.
No, I pounded on that because I ran into that last year with an issue where,
The people who are aware of that, they are very aware of it, and they do not like it if you touch the mailbox.
All right. Sanitation, anything?
Just we had one issue with up on First Street, we finally got it straightened out. And they got to bring another dumpster in and take it out. And it was a mess. He didn't want to do it, but he finally had to. I think Gary went up, didn't it? Cincinnati went up and finally told him it had to be moved immediately.
Well, I kinda got involved because the neighbor called me, so then I called the sanitation, cause I couldn't get a hold of you. So I just talked to a lady and then she told me what the problem was. They had put furniture all out in
Yeah.
front of the dumpster, so what I knew was the people that come on the garbage truck, that just lift the big bin, they're not allowed to pick up anything surrounding. They can only put the forks in and up it goes, they're not allowed to get out of the truck. So they couldn't access. So then, the lady from, County Hauling then called the property owners and spoke to them. So then I saw that it was cleaned up, so I thought, well, okay, because the property owners were gonna send someone down to clean up, so then Brenda just told me the property owners brought like another dumpster down and
Yeah,
then
they
put that
brought another
dumpster
dumpster
out.
down.
Yeah.
Because there was rumors that there were bed bugs infestation. And you know, if you get bed bugs, you're not allowed to put a mattress out, it all has to be wrapped in plastic. The garbage company will not take it.
I think all in all, they're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
From
and
when they first started.
and that's what I told the
Yeah.
lady, I said, you know, your service really, really improved. And I said, nobody's blaming you, we just gotta get to the bottom what the problem is. So then she said that her driver called her and said, there's some lady over here filming me, and it was the neighbor. But, you know, hopefully that's gonna be resolved now, and we're not gonna have any more issues with that.
That's all I had, Troy.
So if somebody's garbage doesn't get picked up, do they call her or do they call somebody
A
else?
lot of people call me.
Well, who are they supposed to call? Cause somebody said they called you and
They
you said
should.
you talked to council and you,
Yeah, I always, turn it over, I let Brenda know, or Gary.
Yeah,
they
Yeah.
said that you called them back and you said that they have to call them. So who's responsible? If they don't pick up my garbage, do I call you or do I call the sanitation company?
Well,
I'm sorry?
they encourage you to use the
Okay.
email, cause the email is much faster than.
The bug counter
ever-
get picked up about 3 weeks ago. I heard about it.
Well, what I do is I.
Yeah, I do
email them.
remember that gentleman, yeah, in fact, Gary, I did talk to you about that, and then I did get back to him and said, you are allowed to contact County Hall and yourself.
Yeah, you get more response if the person who's
Right.
garbage
Okay.
truck gets.
I would
just curious.
also like them to know.
I said, well, who was you supposed to call? He said, well, I called the borough. I said, well, I said, I would call.
If we can, I'd like them to have, call the borough, because in the, like the issues in the beginning, we need to know about each and every one of them. If we're gonna try to pull their bid bond for some kind of issue, if we've got a compliance, you know, we need to have a record of that.
Yeah, that's what
'Cause they're certainly not gonna tell us about their screw up.
No, right.
Well, you,
So I should start keeping record of all these
Yeah,
people calling.
keep record of it if you can. I mean, even a simple Word document, you know, such
Okay.
and such date, this address, no pickup.
And it happens
They
time after
respond.
time.
Yeah.
they respond much faster to email than they do phone.
All right, that's it.
Okay.
It's info@countyhall.com, I believe.
Communications?
We have I contacted Berkheimer, to remove Pam's, name. I let them know that she retired August 17th. And they sent a resolution, which I sent to Sam, to have him take a look at it, appointing, me as the authorized representative to receive all tax information and records from Berkheimer. Hopefully you don't want me to.
No, no.
All of this, but that's basically what this says.
Okay, I need a motion to accept resolution 2021-4.
I'll make a
Charlie
motion.
Popovich, seconded by Brenda. All those in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Any other communications?
I don't have anything else.
Nothing? Is there any business we failed to bring up this meeting? If not, I need a motion to adjourn into executive session.
I'll make the motion.
And what's the reason?
Um, which reason?
Personnel.
Personnel,
That's just for the record, sir.
yeah.
Who's second?
Okay, need a second?
Do we need to
Karen?
vote? We gotta, is there gonna be a vote?
No,
No.
So we're gonna adjourn out of the meeting, okay.
no. there
So
won't
you're
be.
gonna second for the adjournment to executive session?
Sure.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.